Right, welcome back to Smithy's over 100 golf course season a year, and today it's Friday the 15th of September 2023. I'm up in Aberdeen, staying there last night, so I've come out to a course not far from a travel lodge where I was at, and this is Craibstone Golf Club in Aberdeen. This is course number 139 this year. Let's go and see what it's got. Ladies and gentlemen, it's course number 139 of 2023. It's Craibstone Golf Club. On the tee, the man back in Aberdeen, where if you want to upset the locals, just mention the word Darvel, a non-league team who stuffed Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup last year. From Kirkintilloch in Scotland, Smithy! This is the opening hole at Craibstone, 323 yards, par 4, down a hill. The green looks to be down at the trees down the bottom, clump of trees there. Strangely enough, the opening hole is called Parkhead, which is the home of Celtic. That's strange being in Aberdeen. Well, after a very average tee shot, slightly out to the right, but this is view down to the green at the first. It looks massive. Second at Craibstone, first par 3, 130 yards. Looks fairly straightforward, kind of raised green. Slight incline, but I can see the green, so it's not classed as an uphill par 3. Oh, that's the green at the second, and there's that Smithy ball. Tee shot about 5.5 feet away, just to the right of the pin. On the dance floor, certainly right up on the stage here, early birdie opportunity. Well, that was nearly a birdie, just about inches away. But still no birdie, it was a par. And we're on to third now, and this is 368 yards. Little ditch across there, about 100 yards up, and then it's doglegging to the left, so need to make sure you get far enough out right with the tee shot. A decent tee shot this time, leave me with this. Look up to the third green. The dogleg opens out. And the fourth hole at Craibstone, it's par 5, first of 2 consecutive par 5s. And there's only 2 par 5s in the course. Getting them out the way early. So here it is, 481 yards, and this one's slightly down the hill. It looks as if there's a slight veer to the right and rising up to a green. I can see the fifth coming up past me the other way. Now the tricky bit on the par 5 fourth hole. There's a streamer of ditch running through at the bottom there. Cross over that and the green rises up, bunkers either side. Now here's the second consecutive par 5, the fifth hole. It's a long one at 517 yards, and it's always rising away up to the pin at the top. Very nice hole, a wee bit of danger just off the tee there. And this is the approach to the green at the long par 5 fifth. Oh, I feel it in my legs walking up this one. I say it's all rising. Sixth hole, 189 yards par 3. Slightly elevated tee, so it's slightly downhill, down to the green. Bunkers either side there. And we'll get another par 3 for the seventh hole, 177 yards. Again, down the hill. A bunker to the left and right. Another nice backdrop as well. And now we come to the eighth hole. It's a shorter par 4 at 296, but it's a difficult one. It's going to dog leg up the hill to the left. You can't see the pin at the moment, and it just depends on how much you try and cut off the bend. Ooh, not sure. That's the view up to the eighth hole. The line I took, I think I've been hampered by the light rough there that's just caught the ball. So it's difficult to know where to go when you drive, but it's the view up to the green. It's the green at the eighth, double tiered green, flag on the lower tier. The problem with this one, as I found to my cost, when you're chipping on, it's sloping downhill, so you've got to really get above the flag, otherwise it rolls back down. Well, I'll come to the ninth at Craibstone. It's a fair old walk from the 8th green to the 9th tee, along through the trees, alongside the 18th hole. Well, hidden from it, but near it. And this is a par 4, the 9th, 371 yards. Sloping fairway, left to right, and looks like a wee pond down near the green. Approach into the 9th, you can see the yellow markers signifying the pond there. A few bunkers around as well. And since it's a dangerous shot, we're going to use Cairn the stunt golf ball for this one. For those that don't know about the stunt golf balls, they're named alphabetically. Usually pick one male, one female, or whoever you want to depict yourself. Well, that's a bad show from Karen there. Bottled it completely. So topped it to the left, kind of taking the water out of the equation now, hopefully. But poor show, she's not getting paid for that one. Well, I've reached the turn, Smithy against the golf course. Well, the golf course is 2 shots up on me, mainly down to my putting. I'm not handling the fast greens particularly well. Here we come to 10th hole, 128 yards, par 3, down the hill. Oh, this one's different, the 11th at Craibstone, 355 yards. Stroke index 1, par 4, it's called Gruesome Glen. So you're playing uphill and it just looks quite narrow through there. I don't know what's further up. Let's take it on. Well, I've managed to find a very narrow strip of fairway, and it's still narrow. I can see the top of the flag way up there. Oh, I didn't catch my second shot well enough to reach the green, so still about 50 yards short. Oh, it's a leg burner, this one coming up the hill. Very narrow strip of fairway, so as you say, it's stroke index 1, tough hole. This is the 12th hole at Craibstone, last of the par 3s, 156 yards, absolute beauty. Raised green, down in the dip, but there's a whole load of trouble there, so this is one for the stunt golf ball Karen. What a fantastic setting this is for this hole. We're right out in the countryside, away at the far end of the course. It's as if no one else exists. 13th hole at Craibstone, 373 yards, par 4. Oh, lovely hole, elevated tee. A very narrow fairway again, drop down. Lovely views all around the place. That is part of the course, away out at the far end. If I was playing a competition, it'd be an iron off a tee, but the course is beating me. I'm going to have to get the driver out for this one. See if we can come off that hill on the right hand side, down into the valley. Well, it was a poor tee shot, didn't catch it well, but fortunately it's safe down near the fairway. It's left me, incredibly long shot to the green. The green's rising away up the hill here, so I've got to try and play down to the fairway between the trees there. Finally up near the green on the 13th. This is a raised one, you've got to play up to it. Nice views in the background. It's a very tricky hole. And down I had a run off down near the bottom and I thought I played a good shot. Quirky. 14th hole, 339 yards, par 4. Blind drive, and the hole looks straight on the card. So across the crest, and I think it's going to drop down at the other side. We'll find out. Well, you come up over the hill in 14. As I said, it looks quite straight in the card, but it's actually quite a sharp dog leg to the right when you come up over the hill. Guess who's in the trees there, so I didn't want to be out right. If anything, you want to be out left to come in at it. No luck. And the 15th hole now, 293 yards. Rising up at first, and then this time I know it checked the card, it looks it's going to dog leg to the left. Come up over the hill at 15, that's the view into the green. Relatively flat, slight rise up to the green, bunkers at the front. Well, it's been a while, but we're at the 15th green. I've got an uphill putt about over 20 feet, but I'm on the green. Birdie opportunity. 16th at Craibstone, par 4, 283 yards. In fact, we'll get 6 par 4s to finish after the 12th. It's dog legging to the left over the little crest there. I don't know if that's the top of the flag, you can just see to the left or not. And this is the dog leg opening out. Look down to the green, a little ditch running across, a little stream there. That's the 17th hole at Craibstone, 333 yards, going to dog leg to the left. I've got one of these 4 balls in front of me. For the last few holes, they know you're behind them and they refuse to acknowledge you walking down off the tee when you're just approaching the tee. No chance of getting through from them. They just refuse to acknowledge that I'm even there. It just makes me laugh. Dog leg opens out on 17, and this is the view down the green. 18th and final hole here at Craibstone, 362 yards, par 4. Up over the ridge, then it's going to dog leg. I think it's going downhill to the left, obviously towards the clubhouse. I've still got these twats in front of me. They would just walk up the fairway just ignoring that you're actually stood in the tee. He's not there, bunch of twats. And it kind of spoils the image of the course. It's been a lovely course anyway. What's the score, Smithy, against the golf course? Well, I'm still 2 shots behind, so I'm not going to win this one. Up over the ridge on 18, and it flattens out. View down to the green. Clubhouse down the hill to the left. Well, that's me just finished on the 18 at Craibstone. Modern East course, and normally I'm not too keen on modern East courses, more traditionalist. I thoroughly enjoyed this one, except for the first 9 holes. It's nice, and then like the back 9, whoa, takes on a new dimension. You're away out in the middle of nowhere, in the countryside, hardly anybody about. Some cracking holes, some quirky ones in there. The stroke index one up the 11th. I can't remember the one that goes back down the narrow one, 13th. Yeah, that's the one I messed up. Smithy against the golf course, I get beat by 2 shots. It's mainly the putting, but when I messed up at the 13th, that was the one that got me. The course itself, it's in absolutely fantastic condition. Honestly, the fairways are like carpets. Greens are super fast, very slick. So that's what I struggle coping with. A lot of variation in the holes, a lot of features, which you don't normally see in more modern courses. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I definitely recommend coming here to play. 34 quid in September. And what am I going to give it? It's going to be a big 8.5 for me. I thought it was cracking, I really enjoyed it. So anyway, that's me for this morning. The only thing I get a wee bit annoyed about was the 4 ball for the last few holes. I had the course to myself for the first 12 holes before I seen anybody else. But when you get a nuisance like that, kind of gets you in there a wee bit. Anyway, that's all for this morning. Going to find somewhere else in the Aberdeen area to play this afternoon. Catch you later.